Good morning, everyone. Today's our group will introduce the community GalGael. So GalGael is a community in Scotland. It's the best known for building and selling wooden mills. As the tide went out on the shipbuilding history, many families in this community were left without work and meaning. So the GalGael is a way of identifying and belonging in these ways. There were a mix of people living in Scotland. By the 9th century, the mix of people has become settled. They become known as GalGael, the Gael being the foreigner and the Gael being native people. So the GalGael works with recovering drug addicted and echoes, people suffering from the mental health problems and the long-term unemployed. It offers hospitality, sense of places, and the right responsibility to people. And in that sense, we can see GalGael as a community of creative people who comes together to cooperate, to meet some needs for accidents, to learn and contribute. You may want to know what GalGaels do in the past. So, with no funding, GalGael built a workshop using timber from the local part, and it also accepted design project. Also, it reviewed the boat. So these activities taught GalGael to start small, to start in practice way. Everything has meanings. It taught the will of the power of engage in the community. Social enterprise activities. Nowadays, GalGael sells a range of small craft products online. It also sells timbers and sells the furnitures. It also has the boat buildings, sells firewood, and also held the display of traditional craft. What are GalGaels doing now? Nowadays, GalGaels has a wide range of activities. It has traditional boat festivals, traditional constructions, cultural regulation project, and it's also held training programs. That means people can work with the crafted people. Outwork is learning how to create and practice healthy community. Community that is good for individuals and sociality.
At the history of Qingyuan's building end, many families in the community lost their jobs and meaning. The modern Qingyuan has been left behind by this post-industrial legacy. The root cause is disappearing. The value is becoming blurred, and the fast-flowing trend of modern life is leaving many people behind. GalGael provides warm service for marginalized groups, provides a sense of place for groups that have lost contact, and provides rights of responsibility for groups that are deprived of their rights. The private treasure saw that even unskilled works can create the future. The impact on people is an attempt to reconnect people with the best part of time service through an active learning journey based on actual activities. These activities include making a series of wood products, or working with artisans to make furniture, cooking in a kitchen, processing Scottish wood, or helping with a series of pub-like events. These learning tours are enriched by the wide range of activities including shipbuilding, rolling, raw skills, community and creative projects, and has been committed to creating a cultural anchor point to rekindle the skills, community, and mission of the local people. In the local community, GalGael pieced together what he had learned in 8 years and set up the Journey Online project. This is not just a job-based training program. It seeks to give people goals, skills, support, and compassion so that they can regain their future. In addition to shipbuilding, GalGael's work also extends to word processing and word work. GalGael now has a sawmill that prepares and sells timber, teach word craft skills, and make products. With GalGael's efforts, new industries will emerge one after another. GalGael's interest in topics such as community land regeneration, cultural and marine heritage, traditional skills, and social justice has led to GalGael's involvement in a wide range of activities. These activities include traditional festivals, shading, traditional architecture, and cultural regeneration projects. In these past 2 decades, GalGael has become a famous landmark on the Goan landscape. Reputation is growing day by day, bringing real changes to many people, driven by modern culture. GalGael will continue to work hard to improve and learn how to make Scotland a place for all.
Hi everyone. In this part, I will apply the Hudson conceptual framework and the analytical lens to critically explore GalGael. From the perspective of neoliberal policy, the role of social economy is to meet the needs of those who are marginalized or even harmed by the operation of the market and the state. From the perspective, the social economy is regarded as an intermediate space through which those who are economically and socially excluded due to the presence of capital and national reorganization can reintegrate into the mainstream economy and the society. GalGael attaches great importance to its ethical, moral, and social rules. The first of its values is we welcome everyone, especially those on the margins and strangers. In addition, GalGael has strong local attributes. As a working community, GalGael aims to change the poverty situation in Glasgow. Therefore, GalGael needs volunteers with various skills and serious workers to hold positions in different departments of the organization. From the neoliberal point of view, most SEOs are established to meet local needs, which is their key priority. And for workers in those organizations, working in the community actually signifies that they realize that the chance of finding a job in the mainstream economy are limited, or there is no chance in fact. Therefore, from this perspective, GalGael is an accessory and supplement to the mainstream capitalist economy. The second view regards the social economy more as a substitute for the mainstream capitalist economy rather than an adjunct. This concept believes that social economy is an economy that prioritizes meeting social needs and promoting social participation. It represents another alternative to mainstream capitalist values and economic logic. Is considered to be parallel field with national and mainstream economic modes. Under this concept, the social economy is affected by different values and organized in different ways, coexisting with the competition of mainstream capitalist enterprises. However, it can also survive in contemporary capitalism and demonstrates the feasibility of an economy based on social needs and a people-oriented economy. Under this concept, GalGael is an organization that aims to provide people with goals, skills, support, and compassion. GalGael's activities provide people with a workplace, some respect, and some toys. They are committed to creating a therapeutic environment. It has its own unique sociocracy management method. Everyone participates in decisions related to their work, and which is closer to social democracy. They believe that this type of organization can generate more resources and social surplus and maintain social justice. In addition, they have also developed social enterprises on the basis of the community woodworking industry and participated in the competition with the mainstream economy. And the last one, radical social economy, is a more radical perspective than the second view. It emphasizes the potential for social and economic change and the possibility of the future. It proposes a vision that can replace the mainstream economy and society. But we think that it is too radical and is not obvious in GalGael's case. But GalGael proposes that work, wealth, and welfare need to be synchronized more thoroughly if they are to contribute to greater structural equity and well-being. In the future, work needs to be expanded from earning wages to earning the contributing and creating cultural wealth. This is my part. Thank you for listening.
We mentioned earlier that GalGael belongs to charitable warfare approach. So let's have a look at the features. First of all, we know that the charitable welfare approach is bound to have a large number of volunteers, and GalGael is no exception. At the heart of the work in GalGael is the providing of activities that help people a positive sense of self and the community. A strong team of dedicated volunteers is key to these activities. That's why GalGael needs volunteers with variety of skill to fill position in different parts of the organization. Secondly, we have learned that welfare approach is generally aimed at special groups. GalGael works with recovering drug and alcohol addicts, people with mental health problems, and people who have been unemployed and a long time. GalGael provides hospitality to these marginalized people, a sense of belonging to the isolates, and a sense of responsibility to the differentiated. Finally, GalGael tried to recontent people with the best in themselves
those an active learning journey basis and on particle activities. Activities such as producing a range of woodwork or handmaking future with tests them, cooking in the kitchen, processing Scottish wood, or helping out at a range of public events. A wider range of activities such as shipbuilding, boating, rural skill, community and creative projects. Enrich these learning tips. Yeah, this allows these marginalized people to see themselves more as part of the co-production model, shifting them from passive respect of service to active participant in their own development and progress. This can help them integrate into social more quickly. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my part is about the challenges that the GalGael faces. As my team members mentioned, GalGael Trust is a people-oriented organization. On the one hand, it has reignited the spirit of the community by supporting the local shipbuilding culture. On the other hand, it stimulates the working enthusiasm of residents and restores the lives of those marginalized by society. But as a working community, GalGael also faces many challenges, including volunteer resources, funding sources, and publicity. First, GalGael needs more volunteers with professional knowledge to join. The core of GalGael's work is to provide activities, and its volunteers are mainly from forums participants, retired craftsmen, and local supporters. The GalGael's participants are mostly recovering drug addicts and alcoholics, people with mental health problems, and long-term unemployed people. Those people hope to learn skills through activities and regain a positive sense of self and community. Sometimes, work can only temporarily help them relieve anxiety and divert attention, but it cannot really solve the problems. Therefore, GalGael may need volunteers who know more about these groups and can provide professional psychological counseling to join. Second, lack of diversity in funding sources. Relying on GalGael enterprises' massive grants and public donations, GalGael Trust plans and activities can be realized. However, the source of funds through donations is not stable. As a working community, GalGael is eager to become more self-sufficient and hopes to create more social values during activities over time. Third, there is a lack of publicity. Social enterprises usually do not regard publicity as their main goal, but directly participate in the production of goods or the provision of service. As we know, GalGael needs to rely on a large number of volunteers and donations to support their activities. Therefore, GalGael needs to get more attention so that people can understand this organization and participate in different forums. That's my part. Thank you.